Welcome back to another video, and today's video is, should 1.21 be the end update? It's a good question to ask. When you generally think about it, if we think about the last few updates, 1.20 was like the adventure update, added like camels, the new armors, new wood. That was a pretty small update, it was alright. Unlike how we saw 1.19 and 1.18, the mountain and cave update, well, my cliff and cave update, I should say. And that was a big difference. I think we can all agree on that. That is what surprised me. I mean, new caves really helped out, and the new mountains did. And then when we look back at 1.16, another update, another big update. 1.15 small than 1.14, the villagers update. So when we look back at the past, we kind of see the resemblance of small update to big update. Only back-to-back big updates with another and mountain and cliff that was split into two parts because of how big it was. So we can kind of see how Minecraft does it. Big and small. If two bigs, it will be split in two. So, with a small update, should 1.21 be the end update? Pretty much yes, it should be the end update. I made a video about the end update, that it should be 1.21. It was like a year ago. That was with 1.20, when I said 1.20 should be a small update and 1.21 should be the end update. Or was it a YouTube short? It was one of them. And what happens if 1.21 isn't the end update? I mean, it hasn't been updated in a while. I mean, we all want the end to be upgraded. I think there should be end villages. Make things harder, but add a new mob over there. So, because we only have endermans. Maybe add a little bit more creativity to the end, like there should be. But what happens if it isn't is one thing that surprises everyone. Like, no one thought 1.20 was gonna be this small update. I mean, we still don't even have the bundles yet. And my thing is, if it isn't 1.21, I don't know if they will ever do. I mean, they should. Maybe 1.22. I mean, cities are gonna be 1.21 or 22 at this point. And I think it could be a small one, maybe again. It could be a food update. I mean, that would be something cool. It could be a food update. They add new foods, a new crafting table, how to make a sandwich maybe or something. It could be that, something small. I don't think it would be that small. They might add more, like maybe a new biome or something. I mean, you have to add more than just a regular food update. Maybe they add new animals, new foods. Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we have like the same animals over and over again. So it would be a surprise to see. Maybe if we see something smaller than the 1.21 end update. But my thing still concerns is, I still think it might still be the end update, like 75% of it, but 25% of me thinks it might be a small update. It should not be a small update, but it should be the end update. And if it doesn't, I don't know what to expect for the future of Minecraft, really. I mean, they did say it is a scary game. So if they do that end update, they can make it scarier, make it a little bit harder. But if it's a smaller update, what do you add? That is the wideness. But it could be a lot. Maybe a new building texture. I don't know, it might be a new block, maybe a new biome. And if it is a new biome, but it'd be in the overworld. But I guess there's a lot of biomes to deal with. The end is the only thing with pretty much to the end, the Ender Dragon Island, and the end, and then you got the end city. Like, that's pretty much plain. I can't even really describe it because it's really just one thing. Well, it's pretty much not entertaining at all, and it makes you. I mean, if it really does come down to a smaller update, not the end update, what still comes to my mind, it makes me think, what would be the plan then to when to add the end update? I mean, that's like the number one thing. I'm pretty sure everyone wanted. Pretty sure most people thought it was gonna be that too. But I'm trying to think what happens if it isn't that. Because if it isn't, it could be a food update, it could be a new animal update, maybe both. But they're gonna add new blocks and stuff. I doubt it. It's just gonna be that. But if you do that end update, you can get a new ore. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, but for the small update, I just don't see it. If you're just gonna add a new biome, a new animal maybe, like the sniffer, like what was that even really meant to do, in my honest opinion? I mean, I'm not the only one who saw the sniffer boring, and I hope I wasn't. Then you also have, I mean, what else was in 1.20? I mean, there was nothing really big, except for like the archaeology, you know, when they dig up the bones. I mean, that was even boring, to be real honest. I thought it was being bigger. I mean, that's entertaining, but just not entertaining enough. I feel like if they do that for 1.21, they could probably make it bigger, or like a little mine. But let's go into why it should be the end update. I've been talking about all what if it isn't. It has to be because you need the end to be updated at this point. Everything else is updated, everything's big. And the end is pretty much boring, except if you need a elytra. When else do you go back? You're really going back to get that fruit? Are you really telling me you're gonna go back just to get that fruit? Because I know no one does. I mean, look at me right now in the Nether doing gameplay. It's big, and it's hard to get through. Once you're in the end, all you have to do is just not look at Enderman and just beat the Ender Dragon. It's also easy to beat now. That thing has to be stronger than the Wither and the Warden at this point. It has to be. I mean, I know they wanted the Warden to be the strongest and it drops nothing, right? That's useless then to go down to fight the Warden. I mean, the redstone signal's really the only reason why people go down there. Really. You don't see anyone else fighting the Warden nowadays. That's my thing. If the end update's big, that Ender Dragon fight has to be big. At this point, you have to make it hard. Maybe you have to fight many dragons before you fight the real thing. Something to give it a challenge. Something to make this game like, wow, you see how hard that Ender Dragon fight was. Something. Because at the end, I mean, after when you get to the end, you beat the Ender Dragon, which has been easy. Then you just go to the other part of the end, just to go to an end city that might have a elytra ship. There's nothing else. Maybe for the end, when you add maybe the village, or keep the end cities but upgrade them to have a village in it. Maybe you can add more to the game to make it bigger. I mean, there's really nothing there you can do to make the end. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can make the game of the end fun. Maybe add villages. Maybe add a new tree. I mean, that would be fun doing a Minecraft video challenge, surviving in the end. I mean, clearly you have to beat the Ender Dragon first. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you go first into like a little area. Then after when you do like maybe a mini boss fight, maybe it's the Wither or the Warden, you finally have the chance to fight the Ender Dragon. With all its weird things, maybe. Like I said, make the game harder. You want it scary, I think that's a good time to make it scary, making the end update as scary as possible. Because if it isn't 1.21 and we have to wait for like 1.22, I don't know, that might be a bad timing I mean, another GTA 6 I heard is coming out soon. And if you wait longer and you cannot compete with it, you're in the issue of if you can compete with it or not. I mean, it should just be really just based on the end, like I said. End of villager. It gives you a task, maybe. Let's say they add task into the game. Or part of this update. Find a elytra. That's beautiful. That would be epic. But if you don't upgrade the end, you're just making it harder for yourself. I mean, look at like I said, the Nether's a great example of how well they updated it. I mean, remember how it was weird back then going to the Nether. It really wasn't scary. Now you have to think. I mean, it's fun too. That's what the end should be after when you beat the Ender Dragon, so you can stay longer in the end. I remember when it was like the Nether update, people will want to make a village there or stay there. It was big. In the end, no one stays there. They just leave. And be for real with yourself. Do you just leave when you're in the end? Do you really wait and try to live there? No one does. But it's possible to grow crops there. I did it before when I had to fight the Ender Dragon. Well, that's when I beat it. I was with my friends. I went underground. And you grow crops there. You have water and you just need dirt. Maybe there's an end villager that can trade you dirt. Maybe you can have them trade a water bucket with you. Something to keep the game. That you were like, hey, I want to stay here longer. I mean, you can't clearly sleep in the end. I mean, it's the end. But maybe it's better to make the game bigger in the end, just like as you did in the Nether. Look how long I'm in the Nether now. I mean, the Bastion, oh my goodness, temple, castle. I forgot the name of the bastions. Oh, I might have just said it now. But try to make it something like that, but a little bit more lively. That you know, it's more livable than the Nether. Nether's just a burning place. But in the end, it's kind of calmer, like somewhere that, oh yeah, I would rather stay here longer. Cause after when you complete the game, what's there left? You just go back to the overworld and just do whatever. Make it possible that there's still more tasks to do in the end. So then it's fun. Because Minecraft's fun for me. I like to build afterwards. But I feel like if you complete everything, because add more tasks in the end, the longer we stay in the end, just like we do the Nether now. Now that we need netherite, now that we need to upgrade our armor, we need another thing. I forgot the thing that's called it. Upgrade stones, something like that. Try to do something with the end like that. That would be fun. That would be a great thing to see in the end. And I think that would be a great challenge for Minecraft to make, though. It might be big. I just hope it doesn't become like 2 updates. But it will be fun to see if they do actually make 1.21 the end update. Thank you guys for watching this video. Put it in the comments what you want to see. Either the end or maybe a smaller update. That's all I can say. Peace out.